Thank you for having us.
This is one of our centres, so welcome to Mariong House. Mariong House acts very much as our head office. BACC is relatively new in that it was only formed in 2013. We also have centres over at Doonside, known as Doonside Cottage. We have a women's shed, which we're really proud of, over at Walker Street Park. And we get to use Dean Park Neighbourhood Centre quite exclusively with the help of council to run programs. We have a community programs team, which roving childcare went into. We have our community programs team, which Doonside, Mariong House and Dean Park went into. And we have youth programs. So we pulled youth out of the community stuff so that we could focus directly on youth. Here is our community development and our youth engagement and our very newly created diversity and inclusion position. So they work directly with community, and we define community as not the 0 to 5-year-olds, because that's our early childhood team, but they work in Doonside Cottage, they work at Dean Park, they work here, and they're responsible for the women's shed. So they do lots of things around community engagement and development. The community development comes in where the community tells us what they want, what they're interested in and what they want to be a part of. And community engagement team is more about, we know what the local stats tell us, what the social plan tells us, and they're the things that we know that community would benefit from. So that team really works well in finding a balance of bringing those two things together. Our youth programs team will work with youth, predominantly through high schools by doing a school engagement program, which is delivered in high schools, and it covers a range of things from gambling and addictions, to building confidence, to self-harm, vaping, general communication, healthy relationships, and they're delivered in local schools. And we also go out to local schools to do pop-ups, so we might have a stand there, whether it's for a particular event, so an international day, where we give out information, or it might be that we just hang out in the schools so that young people can connect with us. And we do run lots of youth-led events, and in that we mean we work with the young people to plan the event, to deliver the event, and work with us. And our newly created inclusion and diversity officer is really about working with the LGBTQIA+ communities, and it's kind of twofold. It's to work with those who identify within that community, or loved ones of people who identify in the community, and also to work with services, not just not-for-profits, but also the wider community, in building stronger, safer, more inclusive spaces for that community.
Hello to everyone. Come on, you can be yourself now. Come on, you were having a lot of fun before we came in, which is how we should be anyhow.
Do you want to say hi?
Hey, stranger.
Jamie is our programs manager, which is a newly created position for BACC. She's been with us, it'll be 3 years soon? Or has it just been 3 years?
It'll be 4 years next week, in April.
So it's been 3.5 years. And her primary role is twofold. One is to help us look at securing more funding for projects and programs that we know that will benefit the community. And secondly is to work really closely with our coordinators to make sure that what we said we were going to do with all our contracts we end up doing. So she works internally with the team and externally. That's why you see her everywhere. She's out there working on partnerships and trying to do tenders and submissions. Highly successful. It's because of Jamie that we've got our new LGBTQIA inclusion and diversity.
Well done, you.
Jamie was also very instrumental in getting us a brand new funding. It's additional funding from the federal government to really top up our work around the material aid. We don't get funded to do material aid, but COVID has taught us about the need in that time. So we have individuals who, for reasons beyond their control, struggle with food, personal hygiene products. I mean, we all know about women and sanitary products and the prices and the fact that many can't afford it.
Yeah.
And school supplies is a new one that we've just recently been informed of, where children go to school, first day of school, without handbags, without stationery, without this. And that really puts a damper on their first school experience. These funds will help us top that up, but it's not, it's quite specific, this one. So it's for people in the community who may not necessarily be known to us and who may have had a sudden, unexpected crisis that affects the stability in their life.
Yeah.
So it's a one-off help. Those that may need more than one-off, then we will work with our community programs team to look at sustainable support services. And this is, Shiv ran away. This is our coordinator's office. And as their title suggests, they're the coordinators for all our different teams. Helen does our community programs team, Donna does our early childhood programs, and Shiv, who normally sits here, is our youth programs team.
It doesn't feel like you both are not part of LEAD, because I see you, Donna and Helen so frequently, so it's amazing. You go to them all. Thank you.
And this is our community room. So when we run our social support groups, so sewing and knitting, where we have our supported play groups, where we do information, whatever, we do it in this room. We also allow other services to utilise this space for no charge. We've got an early literacy program that paint the town red. In this area, it's paint Mount Druitt red, and we work exclusively in the Mount Druitt area to trying to get families and carers to engage with children right from birth, with singing, rhyming, reading, so that we could help that literacy stuff. Our women's shed is relatively new as well. We run that, and we have ongoing programs, we have DIY workshops, and we have a space for women can come. It's a women's only space. And it's really aimed at not only teaching women skills, but creating a really safe place where they can build networks and social supports.
Let me share with you, yes, we all know you as the leader, but I think each and every individual team member of BACC is very well known in the community as well, and amongst different services.
Yeah, I can honestly say that the staff at BACC are really committed to the philosophy and the community development principles and social justice principles. We recognise that no service alone can cater to all needs of the community.
Correct.
So our work with building relationships and partnerships and sponsorships and working with interagencies and networks and forums is a really crucial part of that work, because one service can't meet all the needs.
Obviously, I've been in this sector for long, but with LEAD as well for more than 10 years now. When I stepped into my current role, reached out to you, had a really good warm welcome from you as a colleague. I think that means a lot. Often, you know, we tend to be quite alone and feel a bit lonely in our little world, but having peers and peer support from you was great. So
thank you for that. And but it is wonderful. It's wonderful to work with like-minded people.
Yes.
It's wonderful to work with organisations whose philosophies and worldviews align. And at the end of the day, we're all funded, aren't we? We're all funded to do a job, and we all can't do it alone. So we, as a community centre, will come across people who don't know what we do, and will be seeking help. And we will help provide that assistance wherever we can. But being able to say, you need to go here. We do assisted referrals. So for those that, you know, you can't just give a phone number and say contact, to be able to walk with people on their journeys is quite a privilege as well.
And exactly what you said is a core principle of the Lincoln Network. Positive experience not only the first time, but every time that they are seeking support and services. I am aware that you recently reviewed and have come up with your new strategic plan for the organisation.
It's a small document, only 150 pages.
Only 150 pages.
But this is the strategic plan document.
Woohoo! Well done.
So, very, very proud of this one. We did. We aligned it to a 5-year plan because our funding was changing to 5 years. And it was really to look at the whole SWOT thing. So we identified our strengths and made a commitment to continue to keep being who we said we are. We looked at what our weaknesses are and have really fully committed to do better, to get the training, to get the funding.
You mentioned about training and obviously wearing the lead hat. I cannot let that just go without asking you. So from Lead's perspective, and you've been a big supporter of Lead BACC, has been your team regularly attend our programs. Where Lead comes into the picture is just not training. It's the ongoing professional development, timely as required by the sector, with keeping up with the emerging needs of the communities we support.
A development service such as Lead is a great opportunity, because it's not just about accessing new training. At times you want staff to go and partake in training and know that they're on the right track.
Yes.
So to confirm what you're doing right. It's also about having a standard. So being in a room full of like-minded people, but learning from what they do really well, learning from their mistakes, and having the opportunity to have a safe place to go to and go, I'm struggling with this, what can I do about this, or I don't know where to begin. That's really crucial. I've been in the sector for far too long, and each time funding changes, that support is being more and more eroded. So the value of interagencies, networks and forums is not just about identifying gaps or avoiding duplication. It's about building networks. It's about meeting up with like-minded people. For people like you and I in a position, at a head of an organisation, it's about having that safety to say, I'm struggling with this particular thing that it's not appropriate for me to share with my staff, because it puts a burden on them. I don't have all the information and I'm just going to cause havoc. So to be able to go to someone else and say, how would you deal with this? And what are some of the things that you've trialled and tested? So that is really important, and I think organisations such as Lead, that's the vital role that they would play in a small LGA, because I know that we've got other huge peaks, but I think that the more place-based you are, and the more you're focused on community, and that you understand and you know the community, is really important.
And that's exactly where we see the strong partnership. And going back to what you referred, having organizations like Lead and BACC working alongside, place-based, understanding what the needs are, most importantly, providing that timely opportunity for the workforce, where we can't appropriately acknowledge them financially, we can provide other support, such as upskilling, top-up skills, well-being and all of that.
The other thing is, in an organisation such as BACC, you attract workers who are so committed to the issues that you're addressing, and who are very much members of the community that you're working in, that you have people who are affected by the very issues that they're working against. So
they bring the lived experience.
They bring the lived experience, but it's not just that vicarious trauma thing. Because they're so passionate about it, you end up with a workforce that we know is not paid to what it's worth. People end up volunteering a lot more hours than is really rightfully expected of them. There's all these complexities in being a very small NGO in 2025 now, and we're hoping that our strategic plan can look at the external stuff, but also some of that internal stuff. Really pleased that at BACC we have a commitment to our workforce. And this is my office, so I'm at the back of the building. I'm a very visual person.
Oh, look at that. So, I thought my whiteboard is crazy. Yours is crazier.
So I know exactly what we're supposed to be doing, when we're supposed to be doing it, and what we've done. So this is where you find me most days. Yeah, but that's us. BACC, that's basically it.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity. I love talking, and my favourite subject is BACC. So anytime.
I got you on the right subject at the right time. No, thank you for having us, and well done once again to you and your team for providing such valuable, services for the LGA.
Thank you.
Thank you.